welcome to my channel. My name is Shay and this is Manifesting with Karmic Gal. If you are new here, thanks for joining me. Please subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and leave a comment if you enjoyed this content, and definitely like this video. So today what I am talking about is money manifestation. But I am talking about not a method of manifesting money, but basically your mindset around having money and how this will allow money to flow through to you easily. So these are some techniques that I use and definitely work, and some of these are really not spiritual, but ultimately it leads you into your spirituality somehow. It links to manifestation. So the first thing that's important is your relationship with money. So depending on how you were raised, the kind of background you had, even the amount of money your family had growing up, all of these things kind of go into what your relationship with money is like. So for me particularly, I grew up in a family that was poor. So I always wanted for things. Like as I was growing up, I never had everything that I wanted. I really didn't have everything that I needed most of the times, honestly. And when I became an adult, like the first time that I really was on my own was when I joined the Navy, when I graduated high school. And I had a terrible relationship with money. I just spent my money as soon as I got it. I spent it frivolously. I didn't care. I didn't have a savings, and I would frequently overdraft my bank account. And this when I was 18. Luckily, the only thing that I didn't do that was terrible was get credit cards. I don't have any credit cards. I think the only one I ever had before was I used to have a Victoria's Secret pink gift card a long time ago. Credit card a long time ago. But besides that, I've never had any credit cards. And I kind of really take my money management seriously nowadays, because one, it helps me to manifest more money, but then two, I realize what it's like to not have money or to need money when I need to get certain things and not have it there, and it really sucks, and I don't like that. So it's kind of important to me right now to just always have some available to me to not only take care of my home and my finances and my bills, but also to get the things that I ultimately want and things that are going to make me comfortable and happy while I'm here on earth. So, the one thing that I talk about in all of my manifestation videos is your vibration. And no matter what it is that you are manifesting, whether it be money or something else, you cannot vibrate from a space of lack. So you can't really absolutely feel like you need something, and you really can't feel like you're never going to have it either. You have to have this mentality that you are capable of getting money easily, that you make a lot of money, and you just have to be confident in that. And sometimes it's not always the easiest, especially when you already don't have a lot of money. But the more that you do it, it becomes a habit. And when it becomes a habit, it becomes a lifestyle. And once it becomes your lifestyle, this is just who you are. You are just someone who has money all the time. And that is much better than just constantly not having it and wish you had it. So the first thing that you have to do is change your mind about money. You have to change the way that you think about it. So as I was giving an example to my relationship with money growing up, I felt like I liked money, but I mostly just had a consumerism relationship with money. Basically, I spent it when I got it. It just was what it was. Money was for spending to me. And in a way that can be a little bit all of these kind of things are good a little bit at a time, but to just not have any savings or anything at all and just spend every last dime that you have, or to be living paycheck to paycheck, is just not the best thing. Now, here's when it links in with your spirituality is basically everything that we do are kind of like tests from the universe. Every lesson we learn, every mistake we make, they're little tests. And it's not necessarily pass or fail tests. It's just about the universe providing you what you are actually able to handle. So a lot of times we wish for and manifest for a lot of things, and we actually wouldn't know what to do with it when we got it. And this is concerning like in love. This is concerning as far as money. This is all types of things. Really, you could just ask for something and you just wouldn't know what to do with you got it. Like if I said I really want a cat so bad, and then I finally got a cat and I was shit at taking care of cats, like I actually learned to hate it or something. Like you just have to be careful what you ask for. But also, when you're manifesting things, you should journal with it and figure out what it is that you need and want, but like why do you want those things? So like when you know exactly why you want something, that even pushes more purpose and more intent for you to get that thing. That will help you to work hard, to set goals, and to ultimately manifest it. Um, One thing I always do is I always see everything as a financial opportunity. That might sound like kind of greedy or weird to some people, but it's just part of the way that I manifest abundance. So all of my projects that I do, I can see them making money one day. I can see myself being paid for them. Everything that I do, all of my skills, I use them to make money. And some people say like, oh, some of your stuff should just be for you, or you should do it just because it's fun. But I'm doing both. I'm doing it because it's fun to me, and I'm doing it because I want to make money. I do my podcast because I love it. It's like having myself as a therapist. It's taught me so much. But one day I'm trying to cash a Three Strikes podcast paycheck. Even with YouTube, I do this because I love it. It is healing for me. It's part of my spiritual journey, and I want to help other people. That is part of my life purpose. So that's why I do YouTube. But there's a huge benefit to doing YouTube, which is getting paid for it after you have a certain amount of subscribers, a certain amount of watch time, and a certain amount of likes. And I want to do that. Everything that I do was given to me from my spiritual guides, from the universe, as a financial blessing to me. It's to me just plain old stupid to have so many skills and abilities and not to be taking advantage of them, to be bringing you in financial abundance. Like, why would God give you these gifts and talents? Why are you amazing at taking pictures and you are not doing some type of side job as a photographer? Like, you're literally just wasting your gifts. Why it's fun to, what they say is, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. And it's so true. Everything that I do, everything that I'm a part of, I love it so much and I really care about it. And it makes it easier for me to do my job. It makes me happy to be working. And that's why it's so easy for me to have so many different ventures and to be a part of so many different things. And it's because I love doing all those things. It's like if you have 7 friends and you love hanging out with all 7 of your friends, you're going to make time for all 7 of those people because you love hanging out with them. And that's just on period. So back to the main subject. You also want to treat your energy like money. So this is very important. This is something that we talked about on my web series show. I have mentioned this in my videos before. I am part of a show called 4 Brown Chicks, and it is basically 4 black women, all with different perspectives and backgrounds, coming together to speak about things that affect them, things that's happening in their daily life, things that is happening in general, pop culture, all type of stuff. And it's really great and entertaining. You guys should check it out. I'm going to link it below. But you got to treat your energy like money. So I was just saying on 4 Brown Chicks how I watched this video on Instagram a while ago, and this woman was saying that in relationships we actually can only give 10% of our energy to each person. That's all that we are physically, mentally, and emotionally capable of giving. So just think about, you have 100% of your energy. If you have 5 friends, that's 50% of your energy gone. And then if you have kids, then you have to add on, say I have 2 kids, so that's already 70% of my energy. That's not including any of my family members. That's not including my job yet. And I only have 30% left of my energy. And this is why we're so exhausted. This is why a lot of people are not really great friends or great lovers. And it's because we tend to give out too much of ourselves, because we think energy is just, you can just never run out of it. And although energy can be transmuted, you definitely can become depleted of it. You have to be giving out. That's why reciprocation is so important, because when you're giving somebody something, there has to be like a give and a take, or it'll be create an unbalanced environment, and then ultimately things will not work out for whatever it is, whether it be a job or a relationship or anything. So it's really great to think of your energy like you would think of money. Like saying that, I have $100 for the week, and I need to be mindful of how I'm spending that $100, because I won't have any more money until this next week. So if I go about thinking, okay, I'm spending $5 here, $10 here. Okay, I hung out with somebody for 6 hours. That was about $30. So now I only have a certain amount of money left. If you thought about your energy the way you think about your money, then you will be more intentional with how you spent it. I'm going to say that one more time. If you treated your energy the way you treat your money, you would be more intentional with how you spent it. So basically what that means is that if you are being mindful of how much energy you are giving to certain things, people, places, and objects, then you would see actually what was giving back to you, what was helping you grow, what was bringing you in financial opportunities, and then you would actually open yourself up to more financial abundance. I started doing like a weekly schedule, a calendar, so that I can know what it is that I'm directing my energy and my attention towards. And that way I know what is coming back to me and what is not. And then I have a whole new week the next week to say what worked, what didn't work, what helped me to be more proactive, what helped me to be more creative and more diligent. The time that I made for certain people during those days, were they also making time for me? And then I can go into the next week and say, okay, I need to spend a little bit less energy here and give a little bit more energy to this thing. I need to take a little bit less energy here and give a little bit more energy here. So if you guys don't know, I have a podcast. I just said that. I don't know. It's called 3 Strikes, and I do it with my friend Jarvey. We're longtime friends. And we've started the podcast, I think, maybe like in June or July. And it's going great. We love it. It's our baby. And we do it twice a week. So really, we spend at least 4 days recording and editing the podcast. And I do a big part of the work. So after a while, it was starting to become like draining towards me. And no matter how I liked it, if I didn't just have the energy for it, I didn't have the energy for it. So we decided to take a break for a month so that we can work on other things. And then also so that we can hyper focus and put energy into the details of our podcast, so that when we go back into recording again, that it runs a lot more smoothly, and that we have to put less energy into it on a regular basis. So that is what I mean about using your energy like it's money. You just have to kind of pull back on spending, like create a savings. Now 3 Strikes is in our savings account, and When it's time for us to start back up, then we're basically going to have this excess of energy to go towards it, because now we have a savings account for our podcast. I hope I was able to explain that well. So the next thing about the money, which kind of goes from like not operating in fear or lack, is to speak it into existence. So it's something that I've been saying for a while. And another thing that I've been saying like my whole life is that should be famous. I should have a show. Like, and it's not something that I just say about myself. Other people say it, like, you should have a show. Like, so it's something I've always said. I speak it into existence. I know it's only a matter of time if for somehow I'm like on TV or something like that. And I always say I'm going to be a millionaire. Like, even in the times where I've had no money, I just know I'm going to have a lot of money one day. I've known that since I was a kid. I never really was like so hung up on, there was like no scarcity, even though I had every reason to be at a vibration of lack. I just always knew that I would make a lot of money one day. So that is how I've like speaked it into existence and manifested money into my life. Everything that I have, everything that was given to me, every opportunity that I have, I've literally manifested. And I wish I could like just prove to you and show you. Like, I would wish I could just spill out my journals to you and see. I didn't even know what I was asking for at the time, but it came to me in the exact manner I was supposed to have it. Because I spoke it into existence. I write it down, I say it, I believe it, I fantasize about it, and then those things manifest in my life. And of course, I have to work towards it. So that means that you have to be doing something that is going to bring you in financial opportunities. You can't just sit at home and like, oh, I wish I had money. You can't just sit at home and like think about money all the time and think something is going to come to you. You actually have to be doing something. You have to be putting some type of effort, whether it is that you do have a 9 to 5 or that you are cultivating opportunities for yourself to create money. And you just also just always have to really believe that there's going to be more. Even when you're spending your last dollar getting a sandwich, just know that there's going to be more. Even when you have to pay your rent and that was a big chunk out of your check, just know that there's always going to be more. Somehow, some way, someone is going to bless you, or something is going to happen for you to somehow get that money. I cannot explain it, but I'm a walking testament. Literally every day, every other day, somehow money comes to me. It's not always in large amounts, but money just flows to me easily, and it's because I believe that it will, and it does. And it's really as simple as that. The next thing is the most important thing that I said wasn't necessarily spiritual, but it's very important as far as manifesting more money, is to be budget conscious. This is going to let the universe know that you are prepared, like I was saying earlier, to take on these opportunities. You are prepared to handle a certain amount of money because you won't just spend it or blow it all. You're prepared because you won't just buy stupid things with it. You'll at least invest in things that's going to bring you more financial abundance. So you have to be very budget conscious, like just doing certain things. Like, I joined this program to teach me how to do money management, and then one of my friends, one of my sisters from my coven, her name is Q. She has a podcast called Qnomics. You can check it out on Anchor or Spotify. Check her out. She's super dope. And she does these financial talks on her podcast, and I like to tune in because it's real like homegirled out, like I can understand it. Whereas sometimes because I didn't grow up with the best financial literacy, I really don't understand a lot of things. But I like when people speak to me in the language that I can understand. You know what I'm saying? So Um, that has been helping me a lot, and just being careful of how I spend money, and making sure that I'm just not wasting too much money, and the things that I am spending money on are going to bring me in more financial opportunities. Like, I'll give you an example. So I bought a printer. It's the Epson printer. It's the worst printer I've ever used in my entire life. Do not buy an Epson printer, okay? I'm not even going to rant about that right now because this ain't what it's about. But I hate the printer, okay? It runs out of ink so fast. I can never get my card orders out on time because this dumb ass printer. So I took some time. I did some research. First, I was like, okay, let me find another printer. This is so I can print my shipping labels. And I just still didn't find one that I liked. I didn't feel like nothing was really aligning for me. So I was on some type of shopping app the other day, and I seen a label printer. And I remember seeing a label printer like this back on TikTok. Where if you ever watch small business TikTok, then you know what I'm saying. They have different videos teaching you how to like manage your business better, or things that will make it easier for you. And this girl had like a label printer. All it did was print like shipping labels, and they print in like 4x6, which is perfect for my card packaging. And I was like, ooh, I'm gonna get one of these. So then I started doing a little research, looked up some reviews on different websites to see what was the best machine I could get. And then I ended up getting one, and I think I spent $40 less than if I would have brought it from like Amazon or went to FedEx. I mean, not FedEx, but like Best Buy or something like that, and bought it. So that was great because I saved money. And then when I got it, it was literally brand new in the box. Like the person just didn't have a use for it, or they couldn't figure out how to work it, so they sold it. So I spent this, and it was a large purchase for me to spend, but it was for my business. It was an investment for my business. And now that I have that, I can print my labels more easily, more quickly, and it won't be an issue for me. So that is investing back into my business. And that is me showing the universe that although you are sending me this money, I'm not just going out and buying a new pair of sneakers. I'm actually using this money to create more financial opportunities for myself and be able to handle more orders. So the very last and most important thing, I'm sorry this video was so long, is to be grateful. If you guys watched my last video before the numerology report, I was basically saying gratitude is my everyday attitude, and that's on period. Every day I am in a constant space of gratitude. I thank the universe when I eat. I thank my spirit guides when I get a message. I thank my spirit guides when I see angel numbers. I thank my spirit guides when I wake my kids up in the morning and they open their eyes. I thank my spirit guides when I'm taking a shower and I am thinking about how beautiful my body is. I thank the spirit guides when I brush my teeth and say, thank God I don't have any dental issues. I am in a constant space of gratitude. Everything I do, everything I say, everything I have, everything I am just so humbled and grateful to have it, because there were so many times in my life that I didn't have any of it, and not just material things, but even my mental health, honey. I am grateful. So that is the end of this video. I hope that it was informational for you guys, and thank you for joining me another week to hear me rant and go on about my spirituality. And I hope you guys are manifesting so much money into your life. I'm wishing you all financial, spiritual, emotional abundance. Peace.